What's up, everybody? Welcome into Sports Extra. Almost Thanksgiving. We will not give you a rundown on what we're going to be eating on Thanksgiving because that's what we've been telling you for a very long time. My good friends are here. Someone you recognize on the far side. Reggie Chatman just had a birthday. Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here, though. Today is the day.
I know you're happy to, A, have a birthday.
Yep.
And B, for a Falcons win, question mark?
Look, I'm impartial media. I just cover the team.
I'm not. He got a fantastic present today.
Okay, and home team Brandon Leak right to my right from 680 The Fan, the locker room, all the good things. And you are a social media star, my friend. I am so happy to have you in studio.
Thank you kindly. Always good, especially right before the holidays with a Falcon win.
And we can all agree that macaroni is the elite side to a Thanksgiving dinner. Is that correct?
Only answer someone should be getting, yes.
Okay, home team. Another answer the Falcons had was a win. 5-game losing streak officially over. This is what the Falcons fans have been clamoring for, and now they get it with Kirk Cousins at the helm. What does this mean for the Falcons moving forward that they were able to go into the Superdome and get a win?
Not much. It shouldn't take this long to clean a lot up. But when you had so much bad, you should appreciate the good. I mean, sports, they're supposed to be fun. So this is a fun day for the Falcon fans. They cleaned up a lot. You can't forget about all the things that still have to be corrected. But the bottom line is they played a good enough game to win. They still needed to do some things on third down. They were 3 for 12. But you scored points. You played from ahead. You found ways to get turnovers. The sacks kept coming. And Kirk Cousins found a way to hook up on some big plays down the field. He's under center, so that certainly is going to be a topic of conversation. But you played 4 quarters. And the biggest problem for the Falcons this year, they haven't been able to finish. And they were able to finish on the road in the Superdome today.
First win there since 2021. And I know a lot of Falcons fans are saying this doesn't mean a lot, but to Kirk Cousins, it might mean a whole lot. Remember last year in December, he said this. He said he didn't forget how to play quarterback. He was trying to prove that in New Orleans. He looked pretty good. Home team mentioned a couple of those things that look different when Zach Robinson gives the keys to Kirk Cousins. He was 16 of 23, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick, Reggie. How did this offense look different with Kirk Cousins as the quarterback, and does that actually mean anything for the position moving forward?
Well, look, we always have talked about all week and throughout this entire season that the Falcons continue to love doing the thing with Pistol, with Michael Penix Jr. running the show. They talked about it post-game all week long with Kirk getting all the first-team reps and snaps. They were able to kind of implement an offense that was a little bit more, I guess, Kirk Cousins happy. He looked more comfortable being able to go under center. They were running more play action. That deep ball to Darnell Mooney was created off the play action. This offense looks different with him under it. And I do question now, does Michael Penix Jr. just not have the ability to run the offense from under center, maybe running some more of that play action? And why is it not something that they do with him under center?
Either he's not comfortable or he doesn't do it well. It doesn't make any sense when everybody at every level of football can see you needed to have some play action to just make, in the NFL, one step makes the difference. That's the difference between getting it over the safety and maybe a pass defended. So why this took so long to happen, it only brings up more questions. Is Michael Penix Jr. not comfortable, or is it a situation where he doesn't do it well? And we won't be able to answer that question until a whole lot has been decided, and next year if Michael Penix returns about this time of the year.
We're going to get to that in a minute, but I do want to credit Kirk for throwing to different guys that we don't see a whole lot. In fact, never if you're David Sills. He had his first career touchdown today. Kirk's doing it without his star wide receiver, which would be Drake London. But if you remember, last year, Kirk's star receiver was one that scored a touchdown today, Darnell Mooney. So getting the ball to some guys that are kind of uncharacteristic of being big stars in this offense, home team. How did that help in New Orleans?
Well, he talked about not forgetting how to play quarterback. And, Darnell Mooney is somebody he pined to get into a Falcon uniform. Falcons had to pay a little bit of a price for the way they got him here. But it was something that he liked when he was coming in last year. And so being comfortable, getting the first team and starter reps that he has not been getting as the backup, he just looked more comfortable. It took a while after the first couple of possessions, but he has seen and played a lot of football in his career. And the good thing was you were able to just get out in front. You didn't have to pull a rabbit out of the hat to come back and try to win this ball game.
Little Felipe Franks on a sneak. You love to see that there in New Orleans as well. Let's talk about the Falcons defense, because home team kind of mentioned the fact that the Falcons have had a lot of trouble in finishing ball games, Reggie, but the defense, they did their job today. And they also shine in a couple different areas, specifically that 4th down stop. You got Ronnie Harrison making a big play. And then guys like Brandon Dorless, who have shown up week over week over week. What looked different about this defense, and how were they able to get it done?
Well, I think you talk about playing complementary football, right? And I think it's really helped the Falcons, the fact that they got out to a lead in this game and had an opportunity to try and run a defense that made sense for the situation. Guys were able to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. I mean, those two rookies, man, Jalen Walker as well as James Pierce Jr. have looked so good this year. Both of them with sacks in this game once again. Those two guys have totally changed the position on defense for a team that for years and years and years, everybody always talked about the Falcons have the worst pass rush in the league. Those two guys are special. Both of them are still rookies. They're still learning. And the fact that we know they're going to have that opportunity for that side of the ball to be good at that side of the ball for a long time.
When you look at some of the losses, there's a complementary effect between the lack of execution on third down conversions and how much time the defense was spending on the field. And so you look in the middle of this losing streak, 34 minutes, 37 minutes, 40 minutes, the Falcons defense was on the field. When you have moments like that, eventually you will be beat. And so it was good to see them run more plays, get off the field, and make the sacks count for something, most importantly, counting for a win.
You know, the fact that the Falcons ran 3 plays in the third quarter and they still found a way to finish this ball game is really a big testament to what they were able to do in New Orleans today. Let's talk about the inevitable that we've all learned. Michael Penix Jr. out for the rest of the year, his 5th season-ending injury in 8 years, you guys. We knew that this was a big topic of conversation when he was being scouted for the NFL draft. A lot of people were worried about his laundry list of injuries, and now he's going to have ACL surgery in his left knee. He's had 2 in his right. Hometeam, he's also had shoulder issues as well. They're starting to pile up for Mike. What is the level of concern when it comes to the future of Michael Penix Jr. in this team?
It should be high. We've seen other franchises and other sports. Michael Porter Jr. Comes to mind first when he was drafted by the Nuggets. He had the back injury. Do you draft a guy that high? Well, it turns out he helps him win a title. But it's also a gamble. And if you gamble and you're starting to see it's not paying off, that's a question for Raheem Morris. If he remains the new regime, if they're coming in, I'm highly concerned. The question I would ask is, do you think Michael Penix Jr. is going to be healthy the next 10 years, expecting him to be the franchise quarterback? I can't say he's going to be healthy and not be injured anymore when he's been injured in his rookie year already and already dealing with the other injuries he had to deal with coming in from college. So it is a major concern, and they're going to have to make some really hard decisions and get some honest feedback from where he is going to be in his recovery, because we'll be at this point in the season, I believe, when he returns. So he's not going to be here to the start of the season to make that determination of where he is when the season begins next year.
And where do they go at quarterback as well, right? Obviously, you've got Kirk Cousins you're paying all this money for, but it would make a lot more sense to get rid of him. But then who runs the offense next year until Michael eventually gets back? And we also saw how injuries have created problems for quarterbacks. I mean, Kirk Cousins looked bad coming off of his injury. So you just never know. A lot of questions going to be asked about this Falcons team going forward.
Do you get rid of Kirk Cousins and then go into the abyss of the quarterback heap and then do it to save money and then turn around and have to pay a quarterback again? I mean, there are a lot of decisions to be made at the quarterback position.
Yeah, when they picked up Michael Penix Jr. 8th overall, you thought, okay, this could be best case scenario for the Falcons if it all works out. But we are, in fact, at the worst case scenario at this time with the quarterback position. We will see how it unfolds.